In this video, I'm going to show you how to make chicken stock or broth. Or is it chicken stock? Or is it chicken broth? I don't know, let's find out. Hi again. So in this video, I'm going to show you how I make my roasted chicken, but actually the video is not to show you how to make roasted chicken. I'm sure everybody knows how to do that. It's actually to show you how I make chicken stock or broth. I actually didn't know that there was a difference between the two until I looked it up. And stock, come to find out, has bones in it, and bone broth has no bones in it. So go figure. Who would have thought that? So this is how, in our household, this is how we've always made our chicken stock, our chicken broth, because we figured might as well kill two birds with one stone. We make our roasted chicken. We put 8 cups of water in the pan underneath the chicken with some vegetables, your basic mirepoix, which is the carrots, celery, onion mixture. And when you're roasting the chicken in the oven, all the juices from that chicken are going to fall into that pan with the water that's sitting in there and the vegetables. And another thing we like to do is when we get the whole chicken, if you get an organic chicken, it's most of the times it comes with the liver, the kidneys, the heart, the neck, all the stuff that goes with the chicken, and it's shoved inside the belly of the chicken in a little bag. So what I do is I open that little bag and I dump that also into the water underneath the pan where all the carrots, the celery, and the onions sit, and that roasts together in the oven. So it gets like the flavor of all those, the intestines, the kidneys, whatever it is that the chicken comes with, and it gets all the juices from the chicken. So it's a really, really healthy. You can call it stock, you can call it broth, it doesn't really matter, but you have your basic vegetable chicken juice that you can use in any other recipe. So this is the recipe for making the chicken stock or broth. I hope you find this easy as I find it. And then there's another step that you could take. If you actually want to make more chicken stock on top of this, you can then, after you eat your chicken and take the skins off and remove all the chicken from the bones to eat it, you can then put those chicken bones in a pot with water, boil that for 2 hours, simmer, and you'll have another chicken stock because now you're using the bones essentially. You can use the water that was in the pan to begin with and then just add more water to that and the vegetables as well, or you could just do a brand new batch of stock for yourself, or you could just put the bones inside, put some water inside, and just boil that and then bring it to a simmer and do that for about 2 hours on your stove, and then you'll have another stock. So I hope you like this recipe. Let me know if you make it. Let me know how it comes out. At the end of the video, I show you what it looks like, how I store it and stuff like that. So hope you enjoy. Kaliorixi. Bye. So here is the basic mirepoix that I start with. It's 1 onion, 1 peeled and chopped carrot, and 2 small celery stalks. And I'm going to preheat my oven to 400 degrees. You can also do 425 degrees just for less time. And I'm going to pop this in the oven, but not just yet. So I put the rack on top of that. I've added my 8 cups of water, and then here is the chicken that I'm going to open up. I do this right on top of the pan because it's easy cleanup and I don't like getting chicken everywhere. So I'm just going to use this scissor. I'm also going to use this scissor to cut the chicken in half. You'll see in a minute what I mean. I can't really show this while I'm filming, but this is what it's going to look like. So sorry, it's so graphic, but I actually cut off to the side of the spine and I open the chicken, like I split it in half, and then I put it upside down and kind of press it down. This helps the chicken cook a lot faster. This is a little trick that we learned from a Greek cooking show. I'm sorry, I don't know where I saw this, so I'm sorry if I'm not giving the credit to the proper person. So I'm going to pop this in the oven, and I'm going to set that for 40 minutes, and then I flip it. And I set that in the oven for another 25 minutes. So 40 minutes on one side, 25 minutes on the other side. And then I'm going to turn it one more time. And I'm going to leave that in for about 15-20 minutes. It depends on how well roasted you like your chicken. So I actually ended up at the end of this segment, whenever I finished cooking, I ended up popping it in the oven for an extra 15 minutes because we like it to be really, really caramelized on top. So here I am showing you the next side, and I put it in for 15 minutes, but like I said, I ended up putting in for another 15 minutes. And once it's done, I separate the juice from the vegetables, just like this. And I got 1 8-ounce and 1 24-ounce jar out of this. But notice how dark and rich the color is, and that is because the chicken is roasted on top, and all of that drips down into the juice. And I also, like I said at the beginning of the video, I add the liver, the kidneys, the neck, whatever the chicken comes with on the inside. I didn't show that, but I put that in the water as well. So this is what it looks like when it's done. And I split them into 2 containers, and don't fill the containers all the way to the top because I end up freezing these for future use. So you don't want to fill mason jars all the way to the top and put them in the freezer because they will explode and they will break. And the vegetables that I've taken out of the pan, you see there on the right, are the vegetables that I would use to make the butternut squash soup that I have shown you how to make on this channel. Please let me know in the comments below, did you think this was an easy recipe for making chicken stock or chicken broth? Kalioriksi!